Hi friends, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Sam and I make color work, fiber art like this guy behind me. And I also do a lot of other things like writing and stationery and journaling and blah, blah, blah. And if those things interest you, then you might be interested today to see the haul that I have for my birthday. So this is my JetPens order. Everything is in here. The first thing is this green case, which if you know me, you know I love green, and this was so cute, and I needed a case for all of my annotation supplies that I use when I read physical books anyways, so this was kind of perfect for that. Plus I kept losing everything, so this was a good purchase for me. This is the A5 bag by Leheat Lab, and it comes in, I think it comes in another color as well, but I've seen the green one somewhere else before, so I was excited to get it. It also has multiple pockets here on the front, and then pockets in here which are Velcroed. And then I'll show you what's inside in a sec. The first thing is just the pen that I always use. These are probably the most affordable and accessible pens that I think are pretty good. This is in the 0.7 by Pentel, and it's the Energel, none of the other things I just said. But I like this one just for journaling, for really anything. I love this pen. I've been using it since grad school. Not this one, but this brand. And it's a great pen if you're just looking for something that's a little more cheap and accessible. You can get it like anywhere. So that's my basic. The next one is the Kuzawa Highline, and this comes with a sharpener, and it comes in this gorgeous creamsicle color. And it is a highlighter, but it has a bit of a gel crayon consistency, and it's really fun. I wanted to try it. This is my first time trying this one, but I do like that you can sharpen it and you're not using as much like plastic waste as you will with the midi liners that are more popular. The next one is a orange midi liner, and these are probably one that you've seen more frequently. It has a bold end, and then it has a fine line. And I've used these before and I like them, but I hadn't used them in this color. So that's one of the reasons I got it. I also got the same one, but this one's in this gorgeous green. It's like it's not a neon green. It's like a spring green grass green. I don't know. It's so gorgeous. I also got a gel highlighter, and this is by Staedtler. This is my first time buying this one. And I don't know if you remember these as a kid, but it's like a little gel liner, and it looks like if you could, you would take a bite out of it. It looks so good. Don't do that. And I've already tried using them, and it works really well. I haven't had a problem with this one. So those are the main pens. Oh no, I have one more. This is the Iconic Hard Gel Pen in 0.38. And this is just a good little one to write with. It has got a very fine tip, which I enjoy for doodling and stuff. And mostly I wanted it because the color. And as you can see, there's a theme. There's a theme in the colors. I like things to be like the only colors that I like. I don't like to use things that aren't colors that I like. The next one is a Stella G little graph paper. So this is what it looks like in the front. It's yellow. And then you open it up and it has graph paper right here that you can use. And I've been using this for my knitting notes. So if I have so many stitches left, or if I'm trying to count my decreases, this is perfect. But I also love it because it covers back up. So you don't have to see what you've written. It's like cute. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't want to see my writing all the time. And so that's one of the reasons I thought I would try that one out. The next one is Bono Memo Tracing Sticky Notes. And these are see-through. So you put it over and then you can trace whatever it is that you need to know. This is really good for figures, things like that. And I like using this specifically for journaling, or if I'm creating something that's specifically made for referencing later, but I want to trace it. So these are pretty good. I'll let you know. I've tried another version of these and they were okay. So I'll let you know how I feel about these in particular. Finally is the case. I have the current book I'm reading, Crime and Punishment. And then I also have all of the plastic pieces just in case I couldn't remember and I wanted to be able to tell you what they are. I also sometimes like to take these apart for journaling and scrapbooking. But this is what the case looks like. There's no pockets in it. It just opens up, which is perfect, I think, in my opinion, because you can put your book, and Crime and Punishment is a pretty big one, and then you zip it up and you're good to go. So it's pretty awesome in that case. And then you just put all your pens in here and you're ready to go. So it's kind of perfect. Lola, what are you doing? I love JetPens because they ship from the US, so it's cheaper, but you can still get most of the Japanese accessories that you normally would. So I think that's pretty awesome. Oh, I forgot, I did get a ink pad as well. This is from Mofu Sand by Sandbee, a pretty popular office supply stationery brand, and this one's in a kind of bluish color. My cat is deciding to scale the walls. Hey, get down. Frankie, get down from there. And I got this because I have a stamp that I use in all my books, and then if I'm making a date in my journal or whatever, and I needed a little stamp book, so it was right there, and it has the cutest cat on it. I don't know if you can see, but that's a cute cat. Yeah. Okay, the next thing I got, and this is the big one, is a Freewrite. And it comes in this case, your Freewrite case. Pretty cool, pretty standard. It's a pretty high quality case, I would say. It's got your little metal guys. I mean, it's a case, you know. It's not what I would have picked, but it's a good case. It's a good case. And this is what the Freewrite looks like. So this is the Cosmic Edition. I think it was a collab with Alpha House. But it is by the brand Freewrite. So Freewrite are the people who make these. There's other brands, but this is the most popular one and probably the one that's been around the longest. Freewrite is essentially an electronic typewriter. So it might not make sense to you because you're thinking, just get a typewriter, which is true. But if you've ever used a typewriter a lot, which I have, there's a lot of things that can happen, right? You've got to change out the specific numbers sometimes and letters if they come off. You also have to change out the tape, and there's a lot of things that you can't do, like I can't just delete, you know. So for me, I wanted to try Freewrite for probably the past 4 or 5 years, but I just didn't feel like I was a writer. I didn't feel like I could call myself a writer, even though I have been writing for over 10 years. And in my professional life, I ghostwrite for people, and I also do academic editing. So I'm not really sure why I had such low self-esteem, but when I realized I should just get over that and get myself a Freewrite, I did. And that's why we're here with this. Now, these aren't cheap. I'm gonna be honest, this wasn't cheap. I did pay in forward using like the Afterpay method. So, you know, I didn't just get this out of nowhere. It is a pricey little guy. But so far, I have really loved it, and it's been everything that I expected it to be. You can also find a lot of these on eBay, and sometimes you can find them in thrift stores, Goodwills, things like that. So there is options out there. If you're looking for one, just be patient and keep looking for them on eBay. But I really loved this colorway, and I decided to just get it. There may have been some gummies involved, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm happy with my choice. I'm happy. And she's cute. She's cute. Since I've gotten it, I want to say I've written about 10,000 words on it, which has been an increase from when I didn't have one. But I'm not going to sit here and tell you that having one is making me write more until I've used it for about a year. I just think a year is a good point of time for me to actually say that this changed my writing practice. But I will say there's something about it that makes me want to write more. I think it's the colors. I think it's the keyboard element. And I also think it's the fact that I can't sit there and overanalyze my work, because once you turn it on, you have this much space to work with, and you can't really just go back. And you can, you know, you could go back and edit if you wanted to, but it really drives you to just keep writing, kind of a stream of consciousness, and then at a later time do more editing, which I think is really nice, because I am somebody who really appreciates the value of traditional editing. I think it's a lost genre, especially with the rise of ChatGPT. So when I do finish the novel I'm working on, which is going to be more of an experimental art novel than it is like a traditional novel, I'm going to print it out and I'm going to edit it that way, which is how I edited my thesis and how I still edit people's work. So I think before I ever try to like fully finish the novel or piece of work that I'm working on, I'm going to do more of a zine art book. I've been really interested in those, particularly Daisy Chains has really good recommendations for those. I'll put some pictures up. And I actually bought quite a few of them for my birthday so that I could start learning more about design, the visual impact, and how I would potentially present something I'm interested in those formats. I'm not interested in necessarily like being a writer that is able to just be like, here's a 4,000 page novel or whatever. I want something that is more experimental. Ling Ma's Bliss Montage is probably right up there with people who I would love to emulate in terms of the writing presentation. So it's definitely going to be very interesting, experimental. And I would like it also to be accessible for people, to like make something that's maybe 10, 20 bucks and people can buy that. And it's something that I share art-wise rather than trying to get like a traditional publishing deal. Obviously, if I could live the rest of my life making money through a traditional publishing house, that would be so cool. But I just think that I don't want the art value of it to be sucked away by the publishing process. And I also work like 60 hours a week, so there's a limit on what I can accomplish alongside everything else that I do. My cat is scratching the back. Would you stop? Thank you. Okay. But I did just want to show this off because I'm very proud of it, because it really symbolizes to me taking a step forward in my personal life, but also just investing in myself and trusting myself that I can do something that I'm scared of, and I can do something whether or not I consider myself to be an author. The imposter syndrome will never leave me, but I can make steps towards being more confident in my abilities and trusting the process. It's kind of like buying a new skein of yarn and you don't want to use it because you don't want to ruin it, but realistically you have to use it to get better at your practice and to enjoy things. You deserve them. So I'm happy with this. I think it's a good step forward for my 33rd birthday. I'd like to have something finished before I turn 40. Crazy number to be saying out loud, I'm not even gonna lie. But life has only been better for me since I turned 30, so I'm hoping it's all up from here. I'm sure there's gonna be downs too, but I will say everything past my 20s has been phenomenal in comparison. So if you stayed this long, I just wanna say thank you. I'm still working on the Who's Lila video. I have way too many ideas that I'm trying to like functionally get out, so that will take a while, but I'm working on making higher quality, more well thought out videos because I enjoy those, so I know other people will enjoy them as well. If you're going to spend time watching something, you want it to be enjoyable, so hopefully the more I practice, the more I can get better at that. Also, you can follow me on all the usual places: Instagram, Pinterest, TikTok. Those are the main ones. YouTube, obviously, you're here. And if you ever want to contact me, you can reach out to me via DM or message. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll definitely do a check-in later this year about how much I've used my Freewrite, and then I will also be doing more videos upcoming about the art zines that I've got, as well as my knitting. My cat is literally insane. Why are you like this? Love you. Stop it. She's trying to knock. Okay, I have to go. I just want to say that was her with her paw. That is so rude. That is rude. I guess my manager says I have to go. I gotta go. Please have a good day. Take care of yourself. Believe in yourself. And I'll see you next time.